The average American consumes 5 to 7 tablespoons of seed oils per day. This is in your Chipotle burrito, it's in your salad dressings, it's in your McDonald's French fries are cooked in seed oils. Seed oils are pervasive in processed food, in junk food, in fast food. In this video, I'm gonna show you something that's gonna shock you. I'm gonna show you the amount of food you'd have to eat to get the equivalent of 5 to 7 tablespoons of seed oils. I'm gonna show you how many sunflower seeds you'd have to eat, how many ears of corn, how much rice you'd have to eat to get 5 to 7 tablespoons of rice bran oil, the kind that's in your Chipotle burrito. I know I'm breaking your hearts. Now with seed oils, we're talking about things like corn oil, sunflower seed oil, safflower seed oil, soybean oil is very commonly consumed, peanut oil, rice bran oil. These oils are all refined, bleached, and deodorized, which means they go through a really harsh, intense process. Heating to 485 degrees Fahrenheit, press extrusion, degumming, bleaching, extraction with solvents that are potential neurotoxins, and then they are packaged into plastic containers that leach antimony into the oils. So when you are getting in the store or in these fast food joints that you're eating at without even knowing it, is a very highly refined, bleached, deodorized, damaged oil that I believe strongly contributes to increased cardiovascular disease in humans and in the long term to obesity, potential problems with satiety, metabolic dysfunction by populating our cell and mitochondrial membranes with excess amounts of linoleic acid, an 18-carbon omega-6 polyunsaturated fatty acid that is found in high amounts in seed oils. You guys have probably heard me talk about this in the past, and strangely, perhaps not surprisingly, when I talk about this on certain platforms like Instagram, I get fact-checked for saying that seed oils are harmful for humans because of a 2022 AFP blog post that says that they're okay for humans. That's the consensus. Science has been settled. They're not bad for humans. But that is based on poorly done meta-analyses that include BS trials where the control group with saturated fat was contaminated with trans fats. I've talked about this in much more detail in other videos. I'm not going to dive into it on this one. But suffice it to say that I strongly believe that if you look at the science very carefully, you will probably also decide that seed oils are incredibly harmful for humans and just use your intuition. These were used as motor oils historically, and in World War I and World War II, they were used on ships because they stay slippery even when they're wet. Shout out to Bon Jovi. So seed oils probably should have stayed as motor engine lubricant, but somehow they got incorporated into our food supply, and now they're a huge part of what we eat every day. Hundreds and hundreds of calories in our diets are refined, bleached, and deodorized oils. So look at this, guys. This is 2.5 pounds of sunflower seeds. This is the amount of sunflower seeds you'd have to eat every day to get the equivalent of 5 to 7 tablespoons of sunflower seed oil. I don't know about you, but I would never eat this amount of sunflower seeds per day. I don't think your ancestors were ever eating this amount of sunflower seeds per day. So just at an intuitive level, I think it's pretty clear that humans were never exposed to this amount of seed oils or seed oil derivatives in our history as humans until the last 100 years or so. And in fact, if you look at hunter-gatherer tribes across the world, it's pretty clear they're only eating about 2% of their calories as linoleic acid. When here today in America especially, we eat 10 to 12, some of us even 15% of our diets as seed oils and linoleic acid in those seed oils. That omega-6 polyunsaturated fatty acid that is accumulating in our cell membranes because your body doesn't get rid of it very well, and making those membranes more fragile and susceptible to oxidation. This has been shown time and time again. There are multiple studies that show that when you compare seed oils to olive oil or seed oils to other fats, the seed oil groups have LDL, which is much more prone to oxidation. They have increased levels of Lp(a), a risk factor for cardiovascular disease, and soybean oil has even been shown to increase Lp(PLA2. That's lipoprotein-associated phospholipase A2. It's a technical name for an enzyme that cleaves a fatty acid from a phospholipid when that fatty acid is oxidized. So Lp(PLA2) is a risk factor for cardiovascular disease, Lp(a), and oxidized LDL or modified LDL. All of these are risk factors for cardiovascular disease, and they all go up when you eat this. But your ancestors weren't eating 2.5 pounds of sunflower seeds. Similarly, you'd have to eat 40 to 60 ears of corn to get the equivalent of 5 to 7 tablespoons of seed oils in corn oil. Again, a completely crazy, insane statistic. We would never have been exposed to this amount of linoleic acid, to this amount of seed oil derivatives in our diets as humans. If you think about rice and rice bran oil and that Chipotle burrito that you're eating, you'd have to eat pounds and pounds and pounds of brown rice to get 5 tablespoons or even 3 tablespoons, which is the amount probably found in a Chipotle burrito of rice bran oil. Similar statistics with soybean oil, which is the most commonly consumed seed oil today for Americans. You would have to eat pounds, 2+ pounds of soybeans to get the equivalent of 5 to 7 tablespoons of soybean oil. And again, remember that you're not just taking the soybeans and gently pressing them and extracting the oil like you might with olives to make olive oil. You're putting them through a highly industrial process. Have you ever seen a picture of a seed oil plant? They look like oil refineries because they are. They're oil refineries. Bleaching, deodorization, massive heating, hexane contaminated with benzene extractions, just to make a cheaper oil that's good as a preservative. There's no question that these are in our food supply because they probably make us hungrier. They probably sabotage your satiety. They're definitely cheaper. They work as good preservatives in food. So these are the oils that all these junk foods are going to use. It would be enormously expensive to fry your chips in tallow and even in olive oil or a good quality avocado oil. This would be so expensive that it's prohibitive for manufacturers. So I don't understand why when you walk into a grocery store and you look at a pack of cigarettes, it has a clear label on the side that says these cigarettes contribute to lung cancer, early death, shortening of life, poor quality of life, emphysema. But you can pick up a package of Lay's chips or other processed foods, and there's no warning label on there that says this food will make you hungrier, this food will make you obese, this food may lead to diabetes and dialysis or limb amputation. What do those foods mostly contain? Seed oils, along with processed grains and processed carbohydrates, maybe processed sugars. But the motivation here is clear, guys. There are multinational agribusiness companies that are invested in keeping you full of garbage foods like seed oils. You would never have gotten this amount of sunflower seeds, of rice, of soybeans, of corn to get this dose of seed oils into your life. And I strongly believe that if you look carefully at the evidence, there are clear indications that seed oils are harming you. I mean, let's see. Put it in the comments below. If you have improved your health by getting rid of seed oils, let me know. But I have heard this from countless people. Like I said, I think the research supports this. So I think it's important to understand that you would never have had this amount of these foods. It's very evolutionarily inconsistent to make an oil like this that is refined, bleached, and deodorized. If you want to be healthier, get these oils out of your life. Disregard what Harvard says. They're clearly wrong on this, and I would say they're complicit. A lot of the studies at Harvard are actually funded by Bunge, which is a seed oil company. Look it up. I'll put resources on the screen. Getting seed oils out of your life will significantly improve your health. See you guys in the next video.